All right, peeps, today we are talking about another type of graph. These are called dot plots. You might also hear them called line plots because you're putting dots on a line. So there's two different ways you'll hear it. Dot plots or line plots, but I call them dot plots and they're the same thing. So please make sure you remember that dot plots and line plots are the same thing. Looking at this one here, you see that I have a bunch of different amounts of dots on a little number line here, and each number line has a little number, obviously. Just like we were doing a regular number line, these are all numbered. The name of this dot plot is called number of pets. So right now I'm acting as if I took a survey of the class and I said, hey, everybody, how many pets do you guys have? Here at the bottom, these numbers represent the number of pets. So here the one is actually people that have one pet. This would be 2 pets, 3 pets, 4 pets, and 5 pets. Normally on the graph, they won't have those words written in there like that. It might have a little title right here, but please make sure you understand that these numbers represent how many pets. The dots above each number tell me how many people have that many pets. So if I'm looking here at the first part of this graph, I see I have 1, 2 dots. That means that in this group of people, there are 2 people that have 1 pet. You cannot spell. 2 people have 1 pet. Looking at the same graph, I can see that 4 pets goes along with 2 people. So there's also 2 people with 4 pets, not 4 people with 2 pets. So looking at this graph, how I was to read all of these, I have 2 people with 1 pet, 1, 2, 3 people with 2 pets, 2 people with 3 pets, 2 people with 4 pets, and only 1 person has 5 pets. Y'all, on your assignment today, you're going to be answering some questions based on the graph that they give you here. It's not going to be this exact same graph. It'll actually be on a little worksheet. I'll take a picture of it and post it on the top for you guys. Give me just a second to look at this worksheet and see if there's any other questions I need to answer before I release this video for you guys. All right, y'all. So this line graph is just a little bit different, or dot plot is a little bit different. I use X's instead of dots, but they mean the same thing. On this one, we're talking about the number of candies they sold and how many days it took them to sell that candy. So on the bottom, you have your label for your bottom numbers. So since this is 1 and this label is days, this is day 1 or 1 day, day 2 or 2 days. I'm not going to label all of them on this one, but as they would go on, it would be the same thing. Each one of these X's, if you look at the key over there, it says each X is 1 candy. So if each X is 1 candy, we're going to have to answer some questions based on how many X's and how many days that we have. So an example of a question would be, how many candies did he sell on day 3? Well, if I look at day 3, I can see that I sold 1, 2, 3, 4 candies. So on day 3, I sold 4 candies. If the question said, how many candies did I sell in the first 3 days? That's a different question. Not on day 3, in the first 3 days means I would need to count all of these X's because all of these are the first 3 days I sold candy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in the first 3 days, I sold 8 candies. And on day 3, I sold 4 candies. Another question you might have to think about is, which day did I sell let's say which day did I sell the most candy? Looking at that, each X is a candy. We should be looking at the X's to see which day I sold the most candy. That would have been day 3. Some questions require a little bit of thinking. So if I said, which days did I sell at least 1 piece of candy? Which days did I sell at least 1 piece of candy? For that, your answer should be all 5 days I sold at least 1 I sold 1, 2, 3. That was more than one, so I did sell at least one. Here I sold only one. That's still at least one. Here I sold 4. That's still at least one. And the same thing for both of these. So I sold at least one candy for 5 days. Also, based on our graph, you could tell me how many days did I sell candy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the last one shown on the graph, so it must be 5 days that I sold candy. Which days did I sell exactly one piece of candy? You should actually have 2 answers for that. If I sold one piece of candy, I sold one piece of candy on day 2, and I sold one piece of candy on day 5. The last question you might see is, which days did I sell less than 3 boxes of candy, or less than 3 pieces of candy? Here I sold exactly 3. So if I sold 3, I did not sell less than 3, so it's not day 1. Day 2, I sold less than 3. On day 3, I sold 4. Day 4, I sold less than 3. And day 5, I sold less than 3. So if the question is, which days did I sell less than 3 candies, that would be that would be day 2, day 4, and day 5. Y'all, most of this stuff shouldn't be super confusing. Some of the questions you do have to think about a little bit longer, but all of you guys are definitely capable of doing well in this. If you do not do well on the assignment, please make sure you redo it till you get that 70%. If you have any questions, please let me know, guys. Thanks.